Hi. Whew. Okay, let's let some other folks get into the room. Oof. Come on, Nick. The Johnsons, the Davises, the Peraltas, the Merrifields, the Williamsons. The Williamsons is. The Williamsons is. Peraltas, Davises, Williamsons is. Oh, yeah, got them all. Okay. Hey, Dedria. Hey, Hard to Know. Hey, Babs. Hey, Giselle. Welcome on in the room. Hubba, 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 hubba. Ooh. I did one of those foot peeling masks that you put on, and then 5 days later it starts to peel, which for me, it really was 3 days later. But for those 3 days, your foot is just like really tight, and now it's starting to peel. So, except for whenever I see some people do it, like whenever I see it, like on TikTok, it comes off in like 2 or 3 strips, and it's like all nice and even, like peeling like a snake skin. No, mine's like sliver, a little sliver here, a little sliver there. I'll be vacuuming for days. Love the frame. Thanks. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, yeah. Yeah. 4 days vacuuming. I've already vacuumed my comforter. It's not as genteel and nice as the influencers will have you believe. But it does leave your foot like peeled and nice, like soft. "19 people in the room." We'll start at 5 minutes. We're at 2 minutes and 47 seconds now, so I should give it. Yes. Hey, how are you? Hi, Kay. I don't think we've met, or at least I don't know this name. I love the True Blue spa foot items from Bath and Body Works. I haven't been to Bath and Body Works in a minute. I'm like, where is a Bath and Body Works? I haven't seen one out here. I know they're here because I have seen them, but I can't think of where one is. Oh, it's over there by the DSW and the TJ Maxx, which is fitting. Like, where else would a Bath and Body Works be besides the Mall of America? Hey, Soraya. I'm like, I avoid the Mall of America with a strong passion in my spirit. Okay, I avoid that place like the plague. I've been 3 times, and the times that I've always been with someone visiting. Like, I've never just like I've gone on my own one time, and I was just like, hell no. And then the other time I went, it was like 5 a.m. We did like a walk with my company, like a breast cancer walk in the mall in the wee hours in the very early mornings. But yeah, I do miss a Bath and Body Works candle. They do have some good flavors. I don't like the like cookie smells or like bakery smells, but I do like a nice clean like their pine, like their balsams. I also like they used to do like a wine. It smelled like grapes to me. It smelled like delicious grapes. But yeah. Okay. Let's get started in 20 seconds. Hey, I don't think we've met before either. Wana 86 Wana. Is it full? I visited there in middle school on a road trip. I never know, and I don't want to chance it. Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated! Oh, welcome to my channel and my recap of Seeking Sister Wife. This is season 6, episode 11, Defenders of the Universe, says Nick. My name is Wah. I do recaps of relationship reality TV shows such as 90 Day Fiancé, Love After Lockup, Seeking Sister Wife, Love is Blind. So if you are all interested in that content, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. If you get the hee hee ha ha's while you watch this and you want to give your girl a tip, you can do so with the options down below. If you are an international girly, you can do a thanks, a super thanks. But your presence being here and watching these commercials is really all that I need. So thank you very much for being here. And don't forget to support me on my socials. Just call me Wah on Instagram and on TikTok. Also, I have a drag channel or page on Instagram called Black Renaissance. I'll drop it in here, and I know like 5 people will leave the chat to go check it out, but that's okay. Renaissance. But yes. All right, let's jump right into this episode. All right, so the first couple that we are going to talk about are the Johnsons. Really enjoyed the Johnsons this season. I thought they gave good TV. I love the fact that they already had an established sister wife situation. I'm sad that we didn't actually get to see the 3-year relationship and that we saw the tail end of it. And that's very unique, I think, for the show. Most of the time we don't get people who are at the very end and can't find or are struggling to find, have had starts and stops like the Davises and the Merrifields. But to have a Black family who have been like in the thick of it for 3 years and on their way out has been different and interesting and nice to see. So let's start off with them, the Johnsons. So Angelica is all bent out of shape because she feels some kind of way because she knows Shanae is going to be mad at her. They go out for dinner. It has been 1 week since Shanae and Matt broke up. They get there. Angelica orders Shanae's favorite beverage, which is a Cabernet. And I have a Cabernet in front of me, but I have been imbibing in other beverages this night, rum, so I didn't drink it. But here's to Shanae and Angelica, and here's the Cabernet that I'm enjoying on this night, or I have enjoyed in the past. The rum gave me a headache, guys. I don't even get headaches like that. I didn't even drink enough. This is just juice now, and it's like, I'm like, oh, my head hurts. Anyways, so they are meeting up, and once Shay gets there, Angelica's very nervous, and Shay ends up being like, well, at least you know my favorite drink because your mans didn't know it after 3 years of being together. And Angelica's just like, but are we still friends? And Shanae's like, girl, I'm hurt because, whatever happened between me and Matt is me and Matt, but you're my ace boon, okay? You're my day one, ride or die. And I feel like you let that come in between us. And she's like, I know, I told Matt that I didn't think it was right. And the main reason that I went is because I wanted to make sure that nothing untoward happened. Now, part of me wishes that Angelica had just been, but don't worry, girl, she was real raggedy. So even if I hadn't been there, nothing would have happened. Because she said that Matt's penis was adequate and he didn't like it. I want to see that conversation, but that didn't happen because Angelica's a good wife. And she apologized, and Shanae was like, I see Angelica upset. I came here ready to be mad at Angelica, but the truth is I see that she was stuck between a rock and a hard place, and she didn't know what to do. She did the best that she could, and I am happy that she's still my friend and that we are gonna go and be friends together without Raggedy Matt. And so then they do a cheers, and it used to be, I guess, to communal dick, but now it's not appropriate. And I said communal dick is not appropriate either. Communal? Communal sounds like a public bathhouse. Okay? Can't we just say shared shaft? To shared shaft. To shared to double penis. No. I think shared shaft is great. Shared shaft. Communal D. No. That sounds like somebody on a commune, just like rotating door. Just like no one gets rid of any body hair and they're just like in there sweating on each other. And it smells and I don't want it. Shared peen. Yeah, something else. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. But anyways, I thought they had a very interesting and special relationship. Good for them. Good for them. Because it feels like Angelica don't really feel like Matt is hers. I feel like Angelica's like, I really want the girlfriend. I wonder how much Angelica and Matt actually have sex. That's what I wonder. But anyways, we then move on to another scene where we see the kids again. It's like we saw the kids in the first episode and we see the kids in the last episode, but nowhere in between. And for that, I am grateful. So Matt is playing with the kids and she's making mashed potatoes and they're talking about like, how that conversation went. And Matt is like happy that Angelica still needs to keep a friend. And that he learned a lot from this whole experience, meaning that he needs to check in more and not wait to put his whole self into stuff until the last minute. Because not only did it affect him, it affected his wife too and her happiness. And he took for granted the situation that he had in front of him and didn't do what he needed to do to make sure that Shanae was comfortable and safe. And so as this is the last episode, everybody's just kind of wrapping up their relationships. And so, they say that they don't want to have more kids themselves, but if the person that they find who's seeking has more kids, they'll be happy with that. Angelica's mother is still not with it. And I wonder how the mother feels after watching the show. Does she feel like she should support her daughter a little bit more? And also, what I wanted to tell you guys, a couple of things in social media has been happening that has nothing to do with this show, but it made me think of Angelica's mother and other mothers of the same kind. The fact that Angelica doesn't feel comfortable going to her mother or her family for it, and that family can't take that information and go, oh, I'm doing something wrong because this person doesn't feel comfortable talking to me. They just defend themselves. It's a lot about the Oprah podcast that has happened. That's not Oprah coming into the podcast space, taking up everybody's money. Girl, you don't need another line of business. Okay, you don't need no more lines of income. Can you leave the podcasters to the rest of us, to the little folk? So she got a podcast about the movement that's happening now, and I was like, damn, she's such a woman of a different generation, because she's like, the whole premise is like, are adults who go no contact with their family, are we doing too much? Should they just shut up and take the abuse? That's what it felt like. And, from a journalist perspective, it would seem she would try to make it seem like she's unbiased, but she's not unbiased. She thinks it's crazy that there's so many young people, adults who are young people, but younger than her, who have gone no contact with their family. She thinks that there's something wrong with that and that there's like this over epidemic and people are doing it unnecessarily. And I'm like, I guess there might be a little bit of room for that, but not enough. Because, truth be told, maybe Oprah needed to go in no contact with her mama because her mama did some stuff to her. But anyways, so yeah, Oprah mama was trifling. If the stories are to be told and to be heard, her mama was trifling. But just because Oprah overcame, made as much money as she was, she had enough time and money to forgive her mother. Good for you, Oprah. There's those of us who don't have that. People they don't have that. They gotta go no contact because their mama crazy and they can't help it. We millennials and on got with the program. Blood or not, I ain't taking abuse from anyone. Exactly. Oprah's over here talking about, have we gone too far? Girl, no. Girl, no. We have not gone too far. There's a lot of hurt happening out there. Okay? The silent era did what they did to the boomers, and the boomers did what they did to the Gen X, and the Joneses did what they did to the millennials. The Xennials are doing what they're doing to the alphas. So, like, we all trying to heal. I did not watch the whole thing. I started it. I watched the first 30 minutes, and she didn't convince me. So maybe I'm wrong. I'm wrong, dating doula. Okay, I'll be wrong. I'll be wrong. I'll be wrong, dating doula. She is actually agreed with the people who are pro estrangement. Okay. I'm sorry. I am an elder millennial exennial who just like only did 30 minutes of research and came onto the internet and provided my opinion. Dula, get me together. Snatch me up, spit me out. I'm gonna finish watching it tonight. I was watching it at work, so I got distracted because people kept wanting to ask me stuff. Wanted help. I think you're Jones, Dedria. I think that's the Jones generation, which is like the younger boomers. No, because I think I mean I don't know. See, to me, Gen X. Maybe you're an older Gen X, a younger Jones. Jones is like a very is like not even 10 years of a generation. Yeah, look up Jones, the Jones generation. Look up Jones. I don't know. I think is Oprah a boomer or is she a Jones? Because my neighbor, whom I love dearly, is a Jones. I looked it up. He's too old to be a boomer. I mean, he's too young to be a boomer. Because my dad is a boomer. He's 48 and 1948, and my mom is a boomer. And she's 1952, and my auntie is a boomer, and she is 1 year older than my dad. She's 1947. So, and my grandmother is a silent era. And the silent era are those folk who born in the 20s. They were in it. Just look it up real quick. It's like a sub. It's like kind of how exennials are the older millennials. Exennials are only like 3 years. It's like 1980 to 1984 or something. It's like 1979. It's like a very small, because we had a very similar experience within that time frame. Being born within that time frame made that we had a very specific, like I always think about it as like, do y'all remember when Michael Jackson was black? If you don't, like, do you remember seeing Michael Jackson on TV as a black man dancing? I was born in 1982 when Thriller came out. So no, I watched Thriller the first time when I was 3 years old. But me seeing him be in concerts and like, nah, my first Michael Jackson album, Pepsi Cola burned him up. Now he's drinking 7-Up. Like, yeah. There's a very specific, like, we remember Jim and the Holograms, but like, was we in Jim and the Holograms? No. Anyways. Yeah. The boomers are, it's really just after World War II. It's like after World War II, the boomers. It's when, folks went off to war. Okay. Anyways, what's the thing? Girl, how do we get onto that? I love talking about generational. Oh, Oprah. Okay, then going back from Oprah to cutting off your family. Angelica. Because I sometimes think, I'm like, why do sometimes people just hold so fast and hard to their beliefs? It's almost as though they believe if they support their child in something that they're giving up their own values, maybe, or something like that. I just wonder, and I'm not saying she's the only person, she's the only mama out there. Just like saying, like, yeah. Truly, truly, truly outrageous. I think what it is that my family also, like, I was really into Strawberry Shortcake and Jim. I only remember a couple episodes, but I would have never been allowed to have a Jim doll, because I would have had like her little black friend with the purple hair, but I would never have been allowed to have that doll. So I had a Cabbage Patch, I had Teddy Ruxpin. Child, I don't know. All I know is kids born in the 2000s believe everyone in the 1900s are old, and it is a wild place. I saw this little clip that was like, well, 911 didn't exist before 9/11. And somebody was like, That is absolutely false. And they were like, no, I mean, think about it. It's like 9/11. Like, that's why it's 911. And they're like, absolutely not. They Googled it and they were like, it started in 1968. The person was like, well, I think they just called their doctor directly. No, they didn't just call their doctor directly in an emergency. I was like, then what did they be teaching y'all? What do they teach y'all? Because even when I was young, when I was young, I didn't think of crazy stuff like that. Like, I just assumed that everybody had the same things. I never would have said that something was created in my generation. Like, that's really self-centered. Like, that's crazy. It's because 9/11 they have 911. What are you talking about? What is it exactly are you saying right now? Who raised you? What clan do you come from? From whence do you hail? What's your last name? Who are your peoples? They didn't teach you. They just let you out in the wild, just saying whatever. Just let you out in the wild. Anyways, so at the end of their situation, they gave a little update, and her mother still doesn't support her. Matt is dating someone else and is ready to probably bring that person home to Angelica. And Angelica and Shanae are still friends. So that's good to know. Girl, 9/11, it sent me, that threw me. I was like, what? I never once ever thought, like, I think my mother had to tell me that, like, zip codes were new. Like, she's like, no, we didn't always have zip codes. And I was like, what? There was something, maybe it's not zip codes, but there was something that I thought was like had been around since the beginning of the country. And she was like, no, that wasn't that when I was little. This thing came on. So sometimes now I ask my parents, like, I'm like, oh, do you remember, was this thing always a thing? Like, Social Security cards and numbers and stuff is something that wasn't always around for the inception. Like, that's why if you immigrated to the US in a certain time, you could get a Social Security number. Like, I forget what it was. Like, someone I knew, they were older, but they were like, I wasn't born with a Social Security number. Because a lot of times people were not necessarily born in hospitals, right? There was home births that were still happening. So, like, my dad was born at the home, at the house. So, and my mom wasn't, but, like, you know what I mean? And so now there's like things to put in place so that when you're at the hospital, they like give you the information and you fill it out. And I think they send you a Social Security. I don't know. I ain't had no babies. I ain't ever birthed no babies. But, like, I know my sister had to go through some process to get my nephew his Social Security number, but that always wasn't the case because people was having their kids at home, you know, whatever. And then you had to eventually go and apply for it to get that number so that you can, like, join society in that way. But anyways, so that's what that's what I'm like, why would you ever think that anything was just created off of one historical event? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. I never knew, like, I would have never been like, oh, the Social Security number is obviously just started the like, I would have been like, oh yeah, we didn't have Social Security in 1850. Oh, you know. Anyways, what are you guys saying? Crystal says, y'all, hey, y'all, I haven't watched the episode yet, but I didn't want to miss your take on it. Oh, okay, great. Don't worry. Welcome. Hey, Marsha. Yes, those people were talking about World War II a lot. Okay, so now let's move on to the next couple, and that are the Williamsons and 2405. Okay, so for the Williamsons, so we start off where they're outside with the chickens or on some plot of land, and he's still talking to Randy. Things are going well there. Billie Jean is still having side conversations with Randy. He says that he wants to keep all the conversation with Randy very vanilla at this time because he knows his woman. You know what I mean? Reese says he knows Billie Jean. He knows that she can't really handle this. He gonna do it and see what she's saying, see what she act like it. But he's not gonna really pursue a relationship with Randy like that. He does like her, so if they were to do this, the one time that he's agreeing to maybe do this, it would be with Randy because he gets along with her and he finds her to be attractive. And I agree with that. I'm like, if it's not his idea to do it, how can you force your spouse to be in relationships with other people because you want it? You know what I mean? So he has to also be interested in too. And if he's like, I can only do one other, I'm not Garrick. Okay. I'm not Nick. I am Reese. I really only want you. But if you want someone else, then I'll bring that person in. But I'm just going to keep things real chill because you already acting funny. And I know my woman and I don't need her acting funny. So they end up then they start talking about like where, the person would live. And she's like, well, that's why I want a big plot of land with a house over there. And I'm like, you know what? There is a certain amount of luxury when you live in these smaller places and you make decent money to be able to own a large plot of land, to be able to put 2 homes on and be like, yeah, I'm just going to build another house over there. The idea of building a house sounds crazy to me. I know it's possible, but it sounds like it would at least be $1 million. No? I mean, I don't know, but it just feels like, okay, if you can buy some land for $5 a square foot or whatever it is, and you could throw yourself up a little house. I don't know if they want it to be prefabricated. But you could have a nice little situation if someone could just build you a house somewhere and then bring that house over, dig up some hole, put in the foundation, add the plumbing and electricity, plop that house down, and you keep it looking tight and right. Hey, that's a house. That's a house. As much as I love being in an apartment, because I grew up in a house, I'm like, the ultimate goal one day in my life would to be to have a small little home, a cottage, if you will. Maybe just like a 2-bedroom, 1-bath situation. Even though I want 3 bedrooms because I feel like the 2 bedrooms would be for me and the third one could be for my guests. Or Gato, because he needs his own space. He can't be up in my space all the time. Anyways, so their little like update after they were done with that is because she's like, you need to have this person needs to have their own house because I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. And I'm just like, so you just want the kids from it? You just want the babies? Okay. So they decided to do another round of IVF. I believe it took. And so she may or may not be pregnant or may or not have had kids. And then where's their update? Randy broke up with them. And Billie Jean is working on her jealousy, but they're still gonna go into it. Siobhan! Girl, seen you in a minute, girl. How you doing? Hi, Maggie. Oh my gosh. I haven't seen you guys in so long. Happy birthday. I know I did it, but anyways, I don't know when it was. Happy birthday again for this year. Girl, I haven't seen you in a minute. Good. I'm glad you guys are doing well. I'm back. So if you're watching these silly shows, I'm back. Anywho, so yeah, they're working on that, and I don't think we're gonna see them again. So Godspeed to them. Godspeed. Okay, so moving on to the Peraltas because they didn't even come on here. We just got an update for them. For the Peraltas, he did a vow renewal. And I'm like, has it even been 10 years? Do people get their vows renewed before 10 years? Maybe they do. But they did a vow renewal and they're still seeking and they haven't found anybody yet who works well with her demands, as well as they have not talked to Jackie since. And I was like, good. Because if I was Jackie, I'd be like, y'all need to go on with that. Go on and get out of here with that. Go ahead and miss me with these rules. This woman telling me what to do, like she's the queen of Sheba. She can't tell me nothing what to do my uterus and his penis. I do it on my own. All right. So moving on to, let's go back to the Davises. Oh, we all know and love the Davises. So update. We get a scene of them fake packing up Teresa's stuff. I can't imagine a scenario in which they are just like, Teresa's like, can you pack my stuff up? I would not pack up anybody's stuff unless I didn't want them in my house no more and I needed to get them out of my existence post haste. But it looks like Jenny and April are packing up her stuff, and then they're like, "Oh, we found some of our stuff and her stuff." Hashtag sister wife life. And so it looks like after she walked away from that conversation, Teresa emailed or texted Nick and was like, "Hey, I got to take myself out of the situation because, this is not working." So she broke up with Nick, and Nick was like very relieved that he didn't have to do it for her, and was grateful that she was able to acknowledge that she was causing discord in the home. And so they ended up like meeting her. She came to the house to pick up her last few things, and she towers over Nick. I mean, like Amazon towers over him. Like She-Ra, Princess of Power, towers over him. Like if you guys watch Halo, she is Kai and Riz as a Spartan, towers over him. Okay. And she's like, "You're my best friend, Nick. You're my best friend. You're my best friend, Nick. You're my best friend." And she's just like, "I'm really sorry I couldn't love myself enough to be in this family." And they're like, "Yeah, we're sorry too." And he's like, "We don't hold any ill will against you. We just want you to go on and go somewhere else with that. Just go on and go somewhere else with that low self-esteem nonsense, because this ain't the place for it. You ruined her pregnancy, and we couldn't even enjoy the pregnancy because you was over here crying the whole time, bringing the energy down, but we don't hold no ill will against you." Every time you said that, I was like, you don't hold any ill will against her, but you are like, let's get this sad sop out my house, bringing down the chakras and the alignments of the energies and the spirits. Go ahead and get out of here. She's like, "I would pick you up, Nick, but my ankle hurts." And I said, "Don't pick that grown up man. Don't pick that man up again." And I feel like that might have been some like little sex thing they would do where, she would just like pick him up, and like maybe he likes to be wrestled. Maybe he likes a good old like wrestling. You know what I mean? Like if he could be in the middle of like WWE with the women's in China. I'm really dating myself with old. China is the only pro woman wrestler that I know of, and Paola. Like if he could they could just wrestle with him, he'd probably be so happy about it. Just wrestling. So she's like, "I'm sorry, I couldn't do whatever you want to do. I was happy. I'm best friend, man. Best friend, Nick. I feel so stupid to not be able to accept your love." And they're like, "Okay." Because, she comes to the house. They're like, "How are you feeling?" She's like, "Stupid." Okay, girl. Go ahead and take this box and go. Like, don't tell us you feel stupid again. You want our emotions. Like, girl, you're supposed to say, "I'm feeling better. I'm doing better. I'm getting better." Like, don't lay that on their feet to where they have to give you sympathy. It's crazy. Oh, I didn't realize China had died. Oh yeah. The visual, please. Do I still have the visual of her picking him up and twirling him around? Let me check it out. I might have deleted it. No, girl, I don't have it. What's this? Oh, she didn't think she was beautiful enough. What's this? Oh, that's him in his purple shiny suit. What's this? Oh, that's Danny wearing a ridiculous outfit in the middle of winter. What's this? Oh, that's Reese. Okay, let me stop going down memory. Like, what's this? Oh, that's me. Okay. Anyways, so so crazy. So anyways, they give her stuff and wish her all the best, and she's like, "I need to go love myself, and I need to go take care of my kid and all that jazz." So the next scene we have is the son William. That's April's son, the one that Nick raised, and he is getting ready for his senior prom. And Nick is like getting him ready. He's like, "Oh, reminded me of my senior prom back in the day." I think it's so weird when people hype up high school like it's the pinnacle of something. To me, high school is just like the end of not even childhood. It's the end of something, but not really the beginning of something new. I don't know. I think it's an important milestone, but to be like, "Oh yeah, it reminds me of when I was in high school." I'm gonna tell you right now, I barely remember it. I remember getting dressed And for some reason, my mom always had her one friend who I really rarely remember seeing in between, but at the oh, this person's going to prom, she'd be there. And so it's funny because I don't remember her for a lot of the stuff in between, but those milestone, Reedy was always at the house. So I remember going in and putting on my makeup and someone making a comment like, "Oh, you put on a lot of makeup or something." And I'm like, "Girl, I had some eyeshadow on, some mascara, and maybe that's it, maybe a blush." I hadn't even discovered really makeup then because they didn't make makeup in my color. And I was like, and the color was just like some CoverGirl nonsense that didn't even really show up on my skin. But anyways, I don't have a true memory of like my senior prom. It wasn't that big a deal because I knew that it wasn't the pinnacle of my life. Like it was a passage of something, but not like I don't know. Like sometimes these hood high school graduations slash like prom, they be going all out. Like it's a damn quinceañera. I said it like that on purpose. Like it's a quinceañera. Now let me tell you, the quinceañeras, girl, those quinces be expensive. It's like a whole wedding. People be spending like 40K on the quince. Okay. But anyways, so not a lot of fanfare for him except for that suit. He had on a shiny ass suit with a blue, like a royal blue shirt underneath. And I said, if Nick don't let this boy dress himself so he can look like he came from the 2000s, this boy looked like he stepped out of 1987 and should have a Jerry curl with this shiny ass suit. Nick, if you don't leave this boy alone and stop helping him pick out his clothes, girl, what is he wearing? And I was like, is this even prom? Or did he get a ride to his friend's house where the real prom stuff is happening? Because where is his date? What exactly is going on with William and the prom? This shiny suit. Girl, get out of here. Now, Vera was cute. Vera was cute. It was like, they were walking brother down the street to take pictures of him. And then in the cul-de-sac, they put him in the car and sent him off. And Nick is like, yeah, I'm so excited, blah, blah. And so he's like, I'm very particular with who can pilot Voltron. And, even though we haven't had success with who's going to ever hold the sword arm, but we're still looking for, someone else to hold the sword arm. And you know what? Not for nothing, I really like Nick. I like them. I like the Davises. I like their family unit. As long as they're happy and healthy and people are living their best lives, I support it. I support the Davises. I support them 100%. And so then we get the update and they have a little baby girl and her name is Charlene Von Tess. And I said, okay. Because Vera sounded like someone's old British grandmother. Charlene Von Tess, she sounded like a black girl. I said, okay, Charlene. I said, who's Charlene? Is that Nick mama name? Who's Von Tess? Is that Nick's mama name? But she looks so cute and they look like such a cute little happy family. And I wish them the best, honestly. So another update is that Teresa has been trying to get back in with the Davises, but they have politely declined her request. They have declined her application and said, next, please. Okay, you are not eligible for rehire. All right? You're not eligible for rehire. I'm so sorry. And no, we do not owe you an explanation. You're not eligible. You cannot work here anymore. Bye-bye. But that Jenny and April are talking to a new girl who is Teresa's friend. The shade. Scandalo. 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 All right. What are you guys saying in the chat? What I don't like is them moving people in and out with the kids and in the home. Yes, I can give you that. And I think that's why April wants to be a little bit more cautious going forward because they now do have the bebes. And they don't necessarily, or at least Vera, they don't necessarily need all that energy in the house that doesn't need to be in it. Thanks, Babs. They're the favorite. Sorry, but Lick isn't. Marshmallow, I'm gonna need you to come to the front. Marshmallow. Sorry, but Nick is low-key cute to me. Like, what? His little self. Think he's unattractive. I think if I saw him like outside of the context of his like little personality, I would be like, it's giving amphibian, a little bit. But I do think that his kind of like, I think that he would be fun to talk to. I think that if I like met him out in a boot and he had said something like he had made a Voltron reference, I think that would have piqued my interest. Because I do like nerdy black people. Nerdy, I enjoy that. I enjoy somebody that I think that I could have a conversation with, and I think that I could have a conversation with him. So, okay, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you, Marsha Mello. We have 2 Marshas in the room now. Well, hello, Marshas meet each other. There's something weirdly charming about him. Mm-hmm. Like a frog. Like a frog. Nick is not a nerd though. But I mean, I'm not saying that he's like a nerd. Like he's not Andre. He's not Andre Black nerd. But like I think that there's a little bit of callback to him. Like I feel like he likes superheroes. I wouldn't be surprised if his favorite superhero was Batman. You know what I mean? There's a certain generation of like guys, black men who would never admit that they really like Batman. And I once dated a guy who was like, don't tell anybody, but I really like Batman. And I was like, I won't tell anybody. I'm telling you all, but you don't know his name. And like, we talked about it a lot. Like, I'm pretty sure that if we were still in communication, he and I would be talking about Penguin, the show Penguin, because we talked about Luke. We talked about like Jessica Jones. Like we talked about all those shows. But it's not necessarily easy for him to talk to everybody about that. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean by nerd. Not necessarily like super, super nerdy. You know what I mean? So like sometimes you just can't do that. Bill Gates always says, be kind to nerds. One day they will rule the world. Yeah, I think that's true. So I'm not saying like nerd all around. I'm just saying like nerdy for something. Because we all are nerdy for something. Like just super interested in something. I'm nerdy for a lot of things. So ask me about it. I'm probably into it a little bit. Okay. Let's move on to the creme de la creme. Okay. The top of our lists. The crazies of the crazies. The Merrifield. Oh, right. You know what? I was thinking about it, and I am strangely addicted to watching Danielle fight her natural body's instinct based on what it is that she believes that God has told her husband to do. I enjoy watching her fight herself to make it make sense. It's like a sport for me. Because twice throughout this episode, 3 times, she had a moment where I know she just wanted to cut and run, or that she just wanted to pull the brakes on the roller coaster and be like, I got to get off. But she's like, no. She is just too into it. Whatever it is, whatever lifestyle Garrick provides her, whatever, like, because I always think that there must be some kind of austere or some kind of clout or something that she feels that she is getting from the Merrifield name. I don't know if it's because she's married the bad boy son of a 6th generation Mormon family from the middle of Colorado, or the fact that her husband makes enough money for her to just be able to work out all day and do whatever they want to do and fly around and go on vacations and do it. Like, I don't know. But to watch this human being fight through her natural instinct on national TV and then explain it away through Christian dogma is a study. And I can't wait for one day for her to be free. Because it's not even that I think that what they're doing is wrong. It's more of the fact that it's not right for her and she is fighting it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like, oh, you what you're doing is wrong and like you shouldn't be listening to Garrick and whatever. It's the fact that in her spirit, it don't sit well. And she has to have a lot of prayer. She needs to go in her prayer closet and pray on it all the time and make excuses for it in order for it to be okay for her. Okay, anyways, I know I went on that long rant. So we'll start. Sister is pregnant. Sister is pregnant, and Danielle is like, well, it's no turning back now. Like, she's a part of our family regardless. And blah, 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 blah. And I, like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Garrick is not here. He's gone to Wisconsin to help my grandmother with her home. And what are we going to do? Like, oh, da 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 da. And so we get a little confessional of Lorena, who says that she's surprised that it happened so quickly. And I'm like, Lorena, you're 24 years old. You'll get pregnant quickly if you don't have any fertility issues. And I'm pretty sure that because Garrick and I don't know how Garrick and Danielle are, but they're like maybe in their late 30s. I probably mid 30s. And their sons are older teenagers. So I'm pretty sure that Garrick and Danielle got pregnant quick too. That's what happens. What happens when you have young ovaries? you get and there's no fertility issues. Girl, you get pregnant. Bumping and grinding before marriage. That's what happens. First of all, they was sinning too. Having sex before marriage, just a sinning, just a sin. Okay? A sinning. All right. So, she says that Lorena says that she wanted to learn English before like she had the baby, and there's just things she wanted to do before. So what they decided to do is they decide to send Garrick a package that says congratulations and has little booties in it with the pregnancy test. The package gets there late, so the balloon is deflated, but she tells her brother Sam to take video of it while like just Danielle wants to be a documentarian so much. She always has that phone out taking video of everything to get that on camera of like his reaction. He doesn't have very many reactions. It's like, oh, and I know he knows that Lorena was going to get pregnant very quickly because she's young. And I think he probably realized like, oh, I guess she didn't have enough sex with men that stops her body from producing the hormones to want to have kids. Remember that crazy ass thing that he said that like Lorena has had sex with men and that, the body rejects sperm after a certain amount of sperm being in the body, just assuming that Lorena was just letting everybody shoot up the club with no condom. So, so I guess he's like, oh yeah, maybe her womb is anointed. And that's why she got pregnant so quick, because her body hadn't rejected the sperm, and I'm the right sperm, because that's why she got pregnant. So that being said, I thought to myself, Lorena so far has not had an opportunity to have a private moment with Garrick. She did the pregnancy test with Danielle. She saw Garrick have a reaction with Danielle. Danielle says that it's our pregnancy reveal or gender reveal party. And I want to say, Danielle, you have already had this experience with Garrick by yourself with your older two kids and your last kid. How about you let Lorena and Garrick have a moment by themselves? Can Lorena have a moment with Garrick to celebrate the fact that she's pregnant? Why is it that you got to be all up in the business? And then another thing is, when her brother sees the pregnancy test as he pulls it out, he's like, oh, I know where that is. You better wash your hands afterwards. I thought to myself, a man will be all up in a woman's booty. Will have his fingers all up in every single crevice that can possibly creeve, and then talk about needing to wash his hands off of a little pea on a stick. I said, oh, he has to wash his hands because his own wife whose body he has probably licked from the Rudy to the Tootie, has peed on it. And it's not like the thing is sitting there soaking with like acid urine. Every time somebody says, "Oh, I don't want to touch that, it's a pee stick. I don't want to touch it." You done touched and licked door handles. You done gone to a public venue, touched a door handle, and then later ate a meal and was like, but touching a little urine is a problem? Y'all is running around here with the dirtiest of mouths. I've seen people touch their shoe and then like touch your shoe. Oh, look, I got something on my shoe. You just put dirty floor juices, dirty outside ground juices all over your face. And I know Danielle, granny house ain't clean. And if it is clean, you still done touched every surface in that house and then went and ate some of her good apple pie and licked your fingers out. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of that narrative. Because this is not the first time I've heard it on this show. Because they don't wash their hands after using the restroom. But you gonna tell Garrett to wash his hand after some 5-day-old pee stick done got to the house. Like, girl, if you don't get out of my face with this, I don't know what to tell you. Ramsterdam was here? Oh, good night, Ram. Yeah, I know it's late. What are you what is talking about? I really, really hate that narrative. And that's not again. It's the first time. Like, well, now she did have a moment alone. You're right. I never can stand the blank look that's often displayed on Ic's face. He be so awkward sometimes, and Danielle be just fighting her instincts to follow that awkward ass man, licking it and everything. Just do in the Rudy and the Tootie talking about wash your hands. Don't touch that. She peed on it. She peed on it 5 days ago. Don't touch it. Like, what are you talking about? Okay. So yeah, Lorena doesn't get a moment with Garrick alone. Our gender reveal party. I said, Danielle, if you don't sit yourself down, if you don't sit yourself down. So at the gender reveal party, she's 20 weeks pregnant, and she's like, "Oh, I thought it was a girl, but then all of a sudden I thought it was a boy because the baby looks so strong during the ultrasound." And everyone is talking that weird broken English, and they're like, "You get fat? You have baby? Okay. Oh, Lorena." And everyone's like, "Oh, Lorena's really fitting a part of the family now. You know, it's been," I'm like, yeah, it's been at least 20 weeks, at least 25 weeks. She's been there. So they're like, "Yeah, you know," Sam is like, "Yeah, my wife took her out to buy baby clothes and we're just getting closer to her." And it was like she's some kind of social experiment the way they're all talking about it. It was very, very peculiar to me. And like everyone's like feeling better about her, and Garrick says, "You know what? I think it's a girl." Because as I was it's a girl. As I was hanging decorations, God said, "It's a girl." And I said, "What? You crazy?" And he said, "Yes." And I was like, "Oh, it's okay. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So it's a girl." This man told these producers that God said it's a girl, and he said, "Are you serious?" And God was like, "Yeah." He said, "Are you serious?" to God, and God said, "Yeah." Oh, it's a girl. Are you serious? Yeah. Okay. Girl, Lorena is even not Lorena. Danielle is even talking to that weird baby language to the baby. And then finally Finally, Lorena's like, it's not me go to the store, sister. It's I go to the store. Like, Lorena had to tell them to stop speaking bad, broken English to her so that she can learn the bloody language. Girl, girl. Thanks. Thank you. I said, girl, so annoying. Speak regular English to her so she can learn the language properly. Um, so everyone comes together. They get to be a family who goes through life together. And she's like, Danielle is gonna sit on this couch and tell us and these producers. I need to put some cream on my skin. She says, I am truly in awe of God because that day was our anniversary of our divorce. So the day of the gender reveal party is Garrick and her's divorce anniversary. And so she's just really in awe of God. I said, what Bible are you guys reading? What doctrine are you, what book are you guys reading? Because not only is this premarital sex against it, but also your divorce is against the Bible. The Bible. God works in a mysterious way. God, I'm just in so awe of God. So they talk about how they're still seeking, and Lorena says, I just got here. I just had a baby, and I'm like, I haven't even learned the language yet, and you want to start dating somebody else? And Garrick is going to say that he is in perfect control, and we have to keep seeking. God is in perfect control, and we have to keep seeking because God is talking to him. Remember, he said, it's a girl. And Garrick is like, are you serious? And God was like, yeah. And Garrick said, okay. So God is speaking to him and telling him that they have to continue seeking. And I'm like, Lorena never said stop seeking. She said, give me a minute. She said, hell, give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. Let me let my nether regions heal. Let me get the baby walking. And let me get to know you before you're trying to bring some other bitch up in this place. So now I have to get to know her, you, them other 2 grown-ass, tall-ass kids you got, your grandpappy, your parents, her parents, the sister and the brother, them children's. Can you give me a minute? Can you give me a minute? You and God. Is it a rush? God, are you in a rush? The ever-knowing? The forever lasting? You're in a rush for what? Is the rapture coming? Can you give me 2 years? Jesus. Give me a second. Give me a moment. Just a moment to like get used to it. And so then he's like, well, so the producer asks the question that none of these fools have thought about. And he's like, well, if we go with another foreigner, that person would have to marry Danielle. And Danielle's like, and she's like, what? And he was like, yeah, because I can't get divorced from Lorena because I can't get divorced from her until her citizenship and everything is naturalized. And that could take anywhere from 5 to 10 years. So if we get with somebody and they're foreign, they have to, you have to marry them, which is against the Bible, according to the haters. According to the haters, a woman shall not lay with a woman and definitely shall not marry one. So they're utilizing the loophole of the liberals to be able to legally bring another wife into the space because he can't divorce. I said, if y'all don't fingers crossed that he find a foreigner, just fingers crossed he find a foreigner. Don't let him look in the States at all. But Danielle is like, I need him to look in the States because I'm not sure if I want to marry a woman. I literally, her body is just like fighting against this. This man is making decisions without even talking to her about it, letting her know. She's like, oh, I didn't know that. I thought you could divorce. And in her mind, she's like, haha, he'll divorce you soon too. And I'm like, girl, it's too much. And so she starts to cry. And Lorena's just sitting there like, you two fools. I told y'all to just chill. I told y'all to just chill. Just chill. Exactly. Exactly. Because if it wasn't for the liberals that you did not vote for, Garrick, two women would not be able to get married. So thank God that two women and two men and two people who love each other are allowed to get married so that you can have as many wives as you want. So he says married life has struggles, especially if you do it God's way. Married life has struggles, especially if you do it God's way. And now I thought it was the opposite. I thought married life has struggles, but it's a lot better if you do it God's way. It's a lot. And so now we have another layer where everything that's in her body that feels wrong is not wrong because he is the priesthood holder and God speaks to him directly. And so, God, this is all manner of wrong. And I don't feel bad for Danielle because as a modern woman living in the year of our Lord 2025, I think she was born in the 90s. They ain't nothing but some 90s babies. They ain't even as old as me. And she gonna sit around and let this man tell her what to do that's physically hurting her body. Then when she wants to jump and crawl out of her skin to get away from it, she cries on the daily. And all he has to do is tell her that God is telling him, God is guiding him, and she believes that. Nah, you don't get to say that. This ain't just like pictograms and phonograms and newspapers anymore. We got the whole internet. No, you don't live isolated. You are on a show that is nationally syndicated. You're not walking around in a pilgrim's hat churning butter. Okay. Okay. You don't, you are walking into this eyes wide open and your body is telling you this is wrong. Or this is at least isn't for you. Not that it's wrong. It isn't for you. So I don't know what it is that the Merrifields give you that makes you feel like this is what you're supposed to do. But everything that Garrick just said is literally against what marriage is hard, especially if you do it God's way. That's a crazy ass thing to say. That's crazy. What's interesting is the Browns support the LGBT community, but I feel like it's because they are an ostracized community, not because they really believe it's morally okay. Also because one of their child. Like I think when people get really put up against the things that they believe, that they have an opportunity to choose the left turn as opposed to what they think is right. And I'm always happy when people choose to love the thing that they can see on the planet Earth. They love the thing that they birthed out of their own body, as opposed to choosing what I believe to be man-made doctrine. And right now, Danielle is fighting against her natural body to do something that she does not want to do, that she does not think is right. Because some little short ass man told her that God is hard, that being a religious person is hard. No, it shouldn't be that hard. Your body should not be revolting against it. That's the one thing that we learned about the future. She not sitting isolated in the woods with no education. No. So anyways, their update is that the baby Sarah May was born July 2025. They're still seeking, and Danielle hopes that it's an American so that she don't have to marry nobody. Watching this woman absolutely fight for her life is part of the allure. So all right, you guys. Oh, thank you, Jasmine. I appreciate it. Thank you for the cash app. Let me see. Did anyone do anything else I can think of? Nope. Thank you, Jasmine. I appreciate it so much. Garrick is a devil looking into the camera with no problem. See, I don't even think that he's malicious. I I don't even put this at his footsteps. I think that he is buying into the same nonsense, especially the patriarchy. It'll have these men thinking that what they believe is right. Like it's all within the same structure and system, and it's up to each individual to come out of it. I don't think that he's doing it to be malicious. I think he's doing it because he has a high libido and he wants to have sex with a lot of different women and he wants to have a lot of children around him. And so for him, if he's a man and he has a penis and he's been told that God speaks through him, then like why wouldn't he just go with it? Why wouldn't he? Do it. Human nature. Oh yeah, and then there's this. I want to know what this is all about. I need the details. I need the who, what, when, and where. I need that detail because he don't look like he could even kill a fly. He don't look like he be swatting flies. He looks like he runs from them. So I want to know. He is doing it to be a terrible person. I don't know. I want to know. I want to know. Yep, I truly believe that they're doing God's holy work. Can you eat? Oh my gosh, I have a troll. Get him, Jasmine. Block him, Giselle. Block him. I made it. I had a troll in years. Block him, block him, block him. He's going to make Danielle marry a woman. Danielle is a fool. Oh, dang. Used to run a transition house for women and children, and I'm pulling my hair out over Danielle. Oh no. Oh no. Am I being too like laissez-faire about it? Is this really a deal? Don't worry. Did they already block him? Come on. What? Why? Because you just said something crazy to me. I haven't had it for such a long time. I love that. Yes, but so do a lot of men. So do a lot of people. I feel like maybe I'm making too light of it, and if that's fair, then I will take it back. Amber? Oh, Amber. No, that's Ashley. Who's Amber? Oh, they left already? No, it was on it was on this guy. You see this person? Block him. Go get him. I'm on StreamYard, so I can't. Oh. According to Amber. Okay, I'll look up according to Amber to see what it is. Thanks. Oh, they left, then they left. Okay. Apparent oh my gosh, according to Amber. Okay, I gotta check that out. And I also gotta finish watching the Oprah thing. Let me look up according to Amber. With the sources there. With the sources at. I'll pass this time. According to Amber. I think I spelled the word according wrong. Oh, okay. Love after lockup updates. Okay. Huh. Order of protection in place, according to Amber 6 days ago. More arrest details. I'm going to call ICE on you. Garrick threatened to call ICE on her. Ooh, 5 days ago. Okay. Check it out. Oh, I wanted this to be fun and silly. It can't be real. It can't be really bad. Definitely brainwashed by religion. Oh yeah. If the religion told me that, told me that I was the greatest thing to walk this earth and that women are the center of everything, I'd be a mess too. Okay, that's it, you guys. It's 8:39 where I live, and I got to go because I got to be at work early in the morning. But thank you guys so much for joining me. It was an absolute pleasure. What a great season. And we are starting with 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days on Sunday. So I will most likely go live on Mondays again. Oh, I think I booked myself on Mondays. So maybe I'll do it on Tuesdays. But once my Mondays free up, then I can do, or I could do can I do Sunday night? I can see. I might either do it Sunday nights or Mondays because I got a second job. So I told my second job I couldn't work on Tuesdays and Thursday nights because I was like, oh, I got to do recaps on those nights. But I forgot that 90 Day Fiance was coming back. So girl, I'm gonna be working. Oh, my friend was like, I don't know how you got a second job when you like to sleep so much. And I was like, because I need money. I was like, I like to sleep because I don't get much sleep, but like, it's because I don't like to wake up early. Rude. Yeah. So until this takes back off again, gotta take a job. You know, a little something extra. Little extra something a month. I just started it yesterday. Girl, I was tired because my day job, girl, I said it's a fire. Anyways, I was tired yesterday. I'm tired now. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you guys so much for joining me. It's not remote, it's retail. I'll tell you about it another time. Remember to have a fantastic week. Remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye. Everyone now, jump in the line. Rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line. Rock your body on time. Shake, shake, shake. Sinora.